get us started here. I invite you to be over here. Yeah.
This phone in front of the presenter.
If you stand right in front of my
The box is right there. My leg is right there.
I'm sorry?
My leg is right
Okay, this meeting is now called to order. Welcome everybody. It is now 11:35. I apologize for the late of the hour, but it's our first time trying to be technologically sound. So welcome. Thank you all for coming. The people on the line, we'll let you check in. Once we do, we go around the room, and then I'll ask the people on the call to identify themselves, and hopefully by that time we'll get our
Say it again.
laptop straight where people can get in online. If you guys can please join me and stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I'll start and then you guys follow after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
It's
and to the republic
my
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
/dashboard/Carmen.
Okay, good morning, you guys. Thank you all for coming out, participating. This is the first meeting of our new organization, the Service Disabled Veteran-Owned Small Business Network. We have two very special guests with us this morning, and to forgo any formalities, we will just jump right into our programs. Our first speaker this morning is going to be Ms. Beverly Kuykendall from FCCI Corporation. We asked Ms. Beverly to come and share with us her knowledge base about how to do business with large corporations, which she is an expert at. She's a genius. She's been around the service disabled veteran community for over 20 years now. And she's helped numerous service disabled veteran companies grow their companies and also become formidable subcontractors with large business. She's has worked with companies such as Procter & Gamble. She's the American Hospital Supply Diversity Corporation.
American Hospital Supply Corporation.
American Hospital Supply Corporation, and she's been a regular contributor on Novoa's pages, and as well as an active participant in the service disabled veteran community. So without further ado, Ms. Beverly Kuykendall, please help me welcome her.
Thank you, Valerie, and we're going to change things up a bit. I have a woman-owned small business presentation that was developed according to the guidelines of the SBA, and I want to take us through that. I'm going to go through that rather quickly because you have the presentation in front of you, and I've also have a booklet with the guidelines that were prepared by the SBA. I would think that as service-disabled veterans, we probably have a mix of corporations in here. How many of you are service-disabled veteran-owned small businesses and women-owned businesses? Hoorah! Okay, very good. How many of you, is everyone a service-disabled veteran-owned small business? Raise your hand so I can see. Okay. How many of you are also 8A firms? Okay, very good. All right, so there's something in the presentation for everyone. My specialty, where my passion is really partnering large companies and small companies together. When I went back to school to get an MBA, and they were trying to figure out what I wanted to be anything but a consultant. Who wants to be a consultant? That's kind of like, you want to sell multi-level marketing things to your family. I didn't want to be a consultant, but at the end of the day, that's what I was. And the reason I didn't want to be a consultant, because I didn't want to be someone who was trying to get money from small businesses who had not yet had an opportunity to partake in the opportunities that were available. It just didn't feel right. So in B school, the light bulb went on. And I said, you know what, maybe there's a way, since large companies have an opportunity with the federal government through subcontracting. That's one piece. But they also have a bigger opportunity to work with you as the prime, and them as the sub, as long as we follow the limitations on subcontracting. And I'm sure that we're all aware of that. When I started Service Disabled Veteran-Owned Small Business Program, I think it was like 2006 when Public Law 109-461 first came about. And at the time, I was working with a large client that was a construction company. And we were poised and positioned to take advantage of that opportunity. Well, I have that same opportunity again. I'm now working with a large construction roofing company, and we're now on the precipice of the Woman-Owned Small Business Program. And this company, who's logged in today, called Simon Roofing, out of Youngstown, Ohio, they're a large business. They understand the importance of partnering and teaming with small businesses. And one thing that they really were concerned about was they want to do it correctly. They want to do it legally. Nobody wants to be wearing orange. And they wanted to do it so that it was a true partnership between small businesses and the large company. So let me put it to you this way. If you're a small business and you're participating on a bid with a large company and you're the prime, for example, let's use 236220, for example, Charmaine, right? Yeah. General construction. Under the limitations of subcontracting, it says that you can subcontract as much as 80% of that to a variety of other types of companies, but you must perform as the prime on that contract a minimum of 15%. And I emphasize a minimum because we really want you to do more than the minimum. We want to see companies grow and prosper and hire from within their local areas and their local communities in order to expand those businesses. That's the intent of these programs. Not to be the tail wagging the dog, not to be a front, not to be a pass-through, but true business development. And largely through your efforts, the government has given the appropriate protocol so that the contracting officer is able to award those contracts to you under a number of certain conditions. So what I'd like to talk about today is the Women-Owned Small Business Program, but I'd also like to talk about how the Women-Owned Small Business Program, along with the Service-Disabled Veteran-Owned Small Business Program, can help all of you expand your companies based on doing business in the public marketplace, as well as 8As. So we'll get started. So the Women-Owned Small Business Program, the 8M program, what is it? And what does it really mean for my company? Go to the next slide, please. William, will you go to the next slide? He did? Oh, it's just not on my computer. Thank you. The Women-Owned Small Business Program, I won't be able to do both, authorizes contracting officers to limit, thank you, to limit or set aside opportunities for women-owned small businesses. So imagine, here you are, business, and there's full and open competition. And as we know, things are advertised on FedBizHops. They're open to everyone, which is fine. But we're looking for a strategic market advantage for women-owned small businesses under those 83 industry codes that have been identified. So we're looking